In 2021, Play-to-Earn was promising to revolutionize gaming. At its peak, the Play-to-Earn NFT market was valued at $776.9 million, but is now a fraction of that just 1 year later. Axie Infinity, the most popular NFT game at the time, averaged 2 million players per day throughout July 2021, but is now down to less than 100,000. The reason for this? Play-to-Earn is destined to fail. The idea of play-to-earn is simple. You will earn money by playing games. But let's make this clear, play-to-earn is not new. It didn't become a thing with the creation of blockchain technology. It's been around for years. Just look at CSGO, Dota 2, WoW, and the list goes on. The problem with blockchain play-to-earn is that the selling point to the game is you can earn money and not that the game is fun. That in itself might not sound like a problem. Who doesn't enjoy making money? But the question is, where does the money come from? Instead of you buying a digital or physical copy of a game, you'll buy it into NFTs or non-fungible tokens. These NFTs can cost anywhere from $100 to thousands of dollars, depending on the use case or popularity of the game. These NFTs are associated with in-game items that will make you more powerful or richer. But here's the problem. None of these development studios offer any long-term value inside or outside their business. There are no products, no services, only the game itself. The way players make money is by getting in early enough to buy the NFTs or tokens whilst they're cheap and hope the game becomes popular enough that new players jump in at a higher price. So going back to the question, where does the money come from? The short answer, other players. It's a Ponzi scheme. If you know basic economics, you will understand all Ponzi schemes are unstable and doomed to fail eventually. With little or no legitimate earnings, Ponzi schemes require a constant flow of new money to survive. When it becomes hard to recruit new investors, or in this case, new players, these schemes collapse. The biggest Ponzi scheme in history was orchestrated by Bernie Madoff. Investors put their trust in Madoff because he created a front of respectability. His returns were high but not outlandish, and he claimed to use a legitimate strategy. Bernie managed to keep this ongoing over the course of at least 17 years, as he brought in new investors to pay off the original. He defrauded thousands of investors out of tens of billions of dollars, until it came crashing down. In 2009, Madoff was sentenced to 150 years in prison and forced to forfeit $170 billion as restitution. Most play-to-earn games use the exact same model. The difference is that play-to-earn is a lot worse. This is the problem for those who can actually deliver a product. Most studios scam their fanbase way before this can happen. Pixelmon was advertised as a beautifully designed Pokemon-inspired NFT project. The project raised $70 million in a short amount of time. When the NFT art was revealed, everyone knew immediately it was a scam. They were promised this and instead got this. It was later revealed that the founder behind this project was just a 20-year-old who had zero experience in game development, but players still bought in. To this day, there still isn't a game. This is a recurring theme for these types of projects. Most of the startups are promising outlandish claims despite having no knowledge of how to execute them. Earth 2 promises to deliver a 3D 1-to-1 scale of the Earth, but as a metaverse project, with graphics that you would expect from the likes of Red Dead Redemption. Certainly a cool idea for a game, but it's just that, an idea. When you look deeper, the founder Shane Isaac has no previous experience managing a game development team, and his team is only made up of 0 to 50 people. Just for comparison, Rockstar Games is the company behind Red Dead Redemption 2. They had approximately 1,600 developers working on it over the course of several years, and they've been in the game development business since the 1990s. But Earth 2 is promising to deliver a 3D 1-to-1 scale of the Earth with the same details as their first ever title release. Without accomplishing their goals or having any previous experience, they're already letting players buy into land for the game that doesn't exist, and likely never will. You don't need to look hard to find projects like this. There are tons of them out there, even during a bear market. But wait! Surely, as this is play to earn, there must be some people who can make money whilst playing. And yes, a small percentage of people will make money whilst the vast majority are losing. Those who make a living are likely in less economically developed countries, where the wage itself is extremely low, but even then, they don't make the most money. The top earners are gaming guilds. Gaming guilds are made up of whales, investors, and managers who will buy into as many NFT game assets and rent them out at a lower price. They advertise themselves as lowering the barrier to entry for those who can't afford the NFTs. This sounds good on paper, but they're also the reason for the problem. They're spending millions of dollars on assets so they can rent them out. But ultimately, the reason the NFT is so high is that groups of people like this buy all the NFTs. They're not doing it for the good of the people when they take up to 50% of your in-game earnings without ever using the assets themselves. They are the ones making the most money. For all the top play-to-earn games, these guilds control the market, and the game developers have no choice but to give the gaming guilds what they want, further increasing their power and profits. You either do exactly what they say and keep your game alive, or you go against them and they will crash the price, ultimately killing your game. And that's assuming a play-to-earn game makes it this far. 90% of projects that start end up being a scam, or simply they just fail. Starting a gaming studio, whether that be a blockchain game or something that is being pushed to Steam, the chances of it being a success are extremely unlikely. Games are fickle at the best of times. Most traditional games die within the first couple of days, weeks, or months. And only a small percentage of games like Fortnite, GTA, or Minecraft last for years. These games do well because they're not promising riches, they're promising entertainment. With blockchain gaming, it's all about play to earn, which is even more difficult to manage. You can have the best game in the world, but if a player is actively losing money because of events that they can't control, they are forced to cash out whatever value they have left. The ridiculously high barrier to entry, the broken business model with no previous experience, and those looking to exploit the situation for money is exactly why play to earn will always fail. At least in the way it is done now, play to earn fundamentally does not work.